Alright, hello and welcome back. Last time around we spent a lot of time up in the Thieves Guild. And we're gonna start our video today. It's just about the end of the day, so we're just gonna make an early night. Oh wow.
You hear movement on the other
Think,
side of the
think it's gonna be
door.
locked up just yet.
After a few minutes,
Alright, let's get
you
some,
straighten up.
get some dinner.
Dinner tonight is garlic stew with vegetables.
Love it. No need to really talk to anyone just yet, so we'll head up to our room.
You unlock.
And at some point I'll stay up overnight and probably do a little practice with lockpicking, but for the time being we're just gonna head to bed.
After some,
It's late enough that the doors were locked, but not late enough
You
that we can go to bed. Sorry. Let's see if the Domovoy... I think it's like
You
day
awaken
4 or
with-
so. The Domovoy should wake us up around midnight, and then we can go out and talk to him for the first time. We'll save that for another day.
it's a typical.
Breakfast. What if we get a second breakfast? We'll have to check on that. Anything occurred?
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
Indeed, it is a wonder. We're gonna go in and see the good doctor. Eventually, and I think it's in the first couple of days, we'll have another solution that he needs us to give him a
I
formula
believe
for.
I am
Yep,
on the
there it
verge
is.
of a major discovery. It came to me last night. I believe that there is a formula which can be used to create a rehydration solution.
Excellent.
Such a solution
we don't
could-
need this.
Of course.
Basically, it'll help us rehydrate something that has been
You,
thoroughly dehydrated.
you re-
Now,
I like to tell him
you
about our
see?
adventures,
Now,
and we always mention various magical elements which he finds very upsetting.
I have been...
Nonsensical, even.
It is very important.
The elements, each day he'll give us one new
Here you are.
healing potion and one new poison
Here you
cure
are.
potion. I do like to pop in here once a day. Actually, oops.
This,
Sure.
the for...
He tells us a little bit about the stuff
There is a
outside,
beautiful-
but one of the
I ha-
things he tells us about is
There used to be a
the
book. I am convinced that the
plant that
garden
he
must have
dug
been...
up from around his
Fortunately,
garden and planted in that goo, which is why we had to then save it. Rehydration.
you need...
Something. Let's see what the formula is for something. It is water, pizza, earth, air, and air again.
Yes, that sounds just right.
Wonderful.
By the way, I could use some glue goo for one of my experiments. It would be most kind if you could bring me some when you return for the rehydration solution.
Alright, we'll grab some brew goo. I don't think there's anything else worth
Yes.
noting. He tells us that he was in Spielberg around the time when we were, because he mentions
I do see.
the explosion of Antwerps, which
Duck.
happened because we,
I have thought...
quote-unquote, killed the adult Antwerp, which is to say that we made it explode into 1,000 tiny little Antwerps. And we'll go sneak off into the woods to grab some goo. Switch to the OG music there. I don't know how often that happens, but I don't feel like I've ever noticed it before, so. Nothing else, that was fun for me. We'll do a few other things around the forest today. Let's, actually this isn't what we want. This is what I want. Should have an empty flask, good. Oop, that's candy. Take some of this goo.
You slowly fill your flask with the greasy, grimy goo.
There it is. Alright, and we will head back to town, but not right away. There's a couple places to go. I always like to show this if you just kind of click.
You're in the western part of the forest.
Sometimes there's very little to say, but other times...
You're in the far western part of the forest. A lovely lake stretches out to the south and southwest of here.
Can help get oriented, but it can also indicate some surrounding locations that, I mean, the lake is easy enough to find just by wandering, but some are not quite so easy, so there is some use to
Hello
it.
there. Could you help me? This water is so cold and I need someone to help warm me.
I would love to, but unfortunately you would then kill me. Let's be polite.
What?
Let's help ourselves.
Surely a hero.
I want to see what she does when we make the thief sign. Probably just tells us to, oh, come here and I'll help with that, and drown me.
Gazing intently at the lake woman, you sensuously waggle the fingers of your right hand beside your nose. Then you delicately and suggestively rub your belly with your left hand. The Rusalka says, "Oh yes, that's what I want too. Come to me and we'll rub noses and bellies together forever."
Oh, that's terrible.
It is so
Okay.
cold here in the lake.
We're going to do one nice thing for her. Well, actually, we're going to try and talk to her first. And
I am the result.
she really doesn't have
If you take my hand,
anything to say other
If you
than
take-
my hand.
You ask,
it's...
But we can make her be a little bit nicer to us by giving her some flowers.
Thank you for the beautiful flowers. No one has been so nice to me since I can remember.
But unfortunately, she will still try and
It
kill
is-
us. And
I-
there's
This...
not much else she can
The
offer. She
kinda-
indicates to us that
I-
the lake and the swamp are connected.
I don't...
And tells us a
You
little
are-
bit
I
about
don't-
what's there, which
It's...
can help us to learn that
I
the
think-
tomb of the Mad Monk is in that area, which we need to know in order to find all of the Dark Ones.
Please, come visit me again sometime.
rituals. But beyond that, there's not much we can do for the Rusalka as a thief. Really, the only class that can truly help her is the Paladin class, which is unfortunate because
you do not.
I like helping the Rusalka. But we each have our lots in life. Our first combat in quite a while. Let's turn up our everything. Okay. And we'll head up north. Let's see what we have here.
The ground bears a rich carpet of fallen leaves as the trees prepare for winter's annual assault.
I was fairly certain they would say something about the castle, but I guess not.
A heavy gate blocks the way to the winding road. Far in the distance, you can see a majestic castle.
Welcome to Moldavia. It's nice to have some fresh blood around here. We so seldom see strangers.
Not too much emphasis on the blood part there, my friend.
It is-
Say hello, tell about ourselves, and let's see how he responds to the thief sign.
You adopt the traditional thief sign position, wiggling the fingers of your right hand and rubbing your belly with your left hand. No one seems particularly impressed.
Fair enough. All right, let's chat a bit. Not going to really listen to what he has to say, but over time, he tells a little bit more about the history of the land, which is nice for filling things in, and some of the people who are there now, though we will come to know them ourselves sooner or later.
But
Oops.
But- at
That should pretty much cover it. However, we are going to have to do a little back and forth. Maybe in the
farewell.
next video, I'll take care of it.
Goodbye.
because the gatekeeper, Boris, here is actually very well known to someone else in town. And hopefully we can rekindle a little bit there. We're just going to kind of do a little mini grid, experience everything that the woods of Mordadia has to offer. We can solve a couple of the Leashies puzzles now, since we read through that brochure in the Adventurers Guild, particularly the one naming the Leashie.
There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes. Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush with blood-red berries and tentacle-like branches.
Seems reasonable. We'll have to keep this little critter in mind. This should be, it's a dead end. If we come up here, I believe this, we should be heading up towards the graveyard. Excellent.
The majestic mountains in the background provide a beautiful contrast to the grim gravestones and crypts of the cemetery.
I'm not actually going to do anything here just now. Probably come back in a day or two. We'll have to stop by to see something, but in truth, there's nothing we need to do there now. This we will take care of now.
Gotcha!
Hear a giggle from behind the bush. Squeak boy asks, 1 and 1 and 1 make 3. Tell me what you make of me. Can you tell me what's my name? You are the Leashie. Oh, over there, Rumpelstiltskin.
Tell the creature it's called the Leashie.
Ah, that's the price of too much fame.
Very nice.
Leashie, look and see, in a bush or up a tree. Leashie, riddle rhyme. Can you solve them every time?
Eventually. The Leashie does help us from time to time as we solve its riddles. Although I have said and will always say that I do wish there was just a little bit more at the end. The end of the riddles just always feels a little anticlimactic to me, unfortunately. It's a fairly minor complaint to a fairly minor portion of the game. He got tall.
3 and 3 and 3 make 9. Who lives among the watery brine? Fishy, squishy riddles make. Tell me now, who's in the lake?
Well, we did just meet her, so that one's fairly easy.
1 and 2 and 3 make 6. Who hides her hut behind trick sticks? Magic message, bushes here, in the rhyme with disappear.
Let's see if we know the answer to this one.
No one.
Not sure who's living in a hut of sticks, so we'll have to wait until we actually get an answer to that one. We journey up this way in the eastern part of the forest. There's not a lot going on over here. Up there is the gypsy camp, which we won't go to until a little later on, when they're a little more favorable towards our visiting. And we come down here, which again leads us to a dead end in the forest, though this one also is a location we will be returning to in the future. Because we're sneaking, we managed to sneak past an enemy as opposed to having to actually fight them. So I'll continue sneaking up until
You take a drink of the cool water. It tastes like wild strawberries.
Strawberry. Continue sneaking and hopefully sneak past some enemies until my sneak ability is maxed out, at which point we'll go back to fighting things. But let's see.
Phew! A gruesome, horribly slathering monster just wandered by without seeing you. And did he look hungry?
I think what we'll do right now is head back to town. There we go. Perfect. Use some of our throwing daggers, and that kind of spiral move is our special attack. I believe it's related to our acrobatics ability. I don't know how well it will show up, but let's see if it affected our acrobatics already. It did. Alright, brought our acrobatics up a little bit. Climbing is almost maxed out. Stealth is not changing very much, but that's okay. And we'll just continue to peter along. I don't worry nearly so much in this game as I did in the previous games with kind of maxing out the stats, but...
Still you.
I'm gonna pop in on Olga here. And this is actually the wife of the gatekeeper there.
Tell all.
And over time, she talks about how he's departed and makes it sound as though he's deceased, but in reality, they're just kind of separated. And as we remind them for how much they care about each other, we'll slowly manage to bring them back together. I'm gonna head in here and take care of our stair-stepping for today. Bear with me for a moment.
Your legs are...
Let's just put in some sleep quickly.
After some...
And one more go.
Your legs are too... After...
Should have gone to see Dr.
There's only a
first.
certain...
There we go. It's the max that they'll allow for today. Starting tomorrow, we'll have to add a little more weight in. Oh, I think I waited just a little too long. Let's see if Dr. Cranial will let us in. Eventually, we'll do enough of those and they'll stop testing us, but not quite there yet, unfortunately.
It is good to see you again. Many adventures.
Alright, let's get into the glue.
That is terrific. This is as I promised.
Alright, so we have our rehydration solution.
I have been thinking a bit about that castle on the mountain lately. Such a castle might make a wonderful environment for scientific research. Perhaps someday one of my descendants will work in a castle like that.
Fingers crossed. So another reference to Dr. Brain. Alright, let's... what do we want to do? We'll just... Yeah, sure. Let's just call it a night again. There's no rush.
You hear move. After...
And here we have
Have
Honey
a seat.
Bones.
Wait, no, better leave the seats here. But why don't you sit down on one? This show can't get on the road until you get off your load. So sit a while and enjoy yourself. Or maybe just sit.
This is, painful.
Good evening, ladies and germs. A funny thing happened on the way to Moldavia. I got here.
I don't think we're going to listen to
May as well.
Honey Bones.
I sit down. Come
His
on.
whole thing is the
You
fact
are-
that
I know.
he
Hey.
isn't actually
Whew.
funny.
The gnome has stopped speaking. Maybe he's finished telling his joke. You think about applauding, but you're not quite sure if you've heard the punchline yet.
What did you think of my performance? Was I hilarious or what? Is this an in the... It's
He has actually lost his humor,
thank...
which which is very apparent.
Pleased to meet you. I could tell by
Not
your
only
outfit that you
are
were no
his
ordinary
jokes
rube.
not funny, they don't even really make any sense. If we talk to him, he'll explain to us that basically he was doing a routine, and one Baba Yaga happened to be in the crowd. Unfortunately, he was insulting her at the time, which she did not take too kindly to. Then proceeded to curse him by taking away his humor.
You have some...
Which seems to have been at least as much of a punishment for everyone else as it was for Funny Bones himself.
You are...
I'm not sure what has to happen for the Joma Boy to... You know what? I don't know. Let's go back to our
You
room.
unlock...
Here we go out the window. We're going to see if anyone is waiting for us at the city gates.
That... The massive gate to this town is securely barred to protect it from things that go bump in the night.
Nice. There
It is good to see you again. I hope you are enjoying your visit to Mordavia. You need to take better care of yourself, you know? It is very dangerous out at night.
Let's go have a chat with the lovely...
No one seems... No one...
You sure? Seems like she is.
I bid you welcome to Mordavia. There. Now you have had an official welcome from your own official welcome woman.
Let's do a little, flirting.
You try out a few of your best lines on her.
You flatter me. It is nice to have someone as handsome and attractive as you say such things to me.
And let's make the thief sign.
You adopt the traditional thief sign position, wiggling the fingers of your right hand and rubbing your belly with your left hand. No one seems particularly impressed.
Devastating. Alright, let's have a short chat. Let's start at the bottom. I always start from the top and work my way down.
The land of Mordavia is filled with unusual beauty and hidden dangers. Trust nothing here. If you are to stay alive, you will need to be alert and careful at all times.
Aw, she cares.
You wish to see me again then? Oh, perhaps we can meet again here sometime. I hope so.
I hope so as well. We'll have to make a point of heading out here for, most
There are
evenings.
monsters everywhere in the forest. I need to get back to the castle where I will be safe.
Soon enough she'll leave. Yep, there we go.
I must go now. I hope we can meet again soon. I enjoy your company.
Before you can think to follow her, the young peasant girl has disappeared into the forest.
Alrighty, let's head back up.
You
We will climb back into our room again. And head to bed for the evening.
In your sleep,
Nice.
you seem to hear voices.
Do you see him?
Yes, he is sleeping. Most likely in the inn, although it is hard to focus the vision enough to tell.
I do not understand why you did not just capture him in the first place. The charades you play are foolish.
Silence! To serve us, it will be for the best if he acts under his own free will. Why make an enemy out of a willing tool? Oh, but I forget. He is already your enemy.
This is not someone to play games with, I say. If he finds out what is going on, he will never cooperate. Besides, you risk his death. Moldavia is a very dangerous place.
I think he is quite capable of taking care of himself. Besides, I have ways of making him cooperate. As you well know, I will use them only if I must.
The voices fade off into oblivion.
Mysterious.
You awake.
Okay then, let's head down, grab some breakfast.
Nothing like a good breakfast.
Liberally laced with garlic. Alright, so let's head outside.
Still you.
You remain. And we will actually end the video again here. One more time inside the guild hall. And I will do a little bit of this last weight training off screen. And what we'll do in the next video, I don't know. I guess time will tell. But until then, see ya.